watching Wave Watch, California's surfing show. Brought to you by John Bass and hosted by former world champion surfer Peter Townend. We invite you to watch the sport of surfing at its finest. This is Wave Watch. Here at the O'Neill Pepsi Coldwater Classic. We're here at Steamer Lane in Santa Cruz. We're going to be checking in with Jack O'Neill. We're also going to be taking a look at some of the action, and we'll catch up with the winner, I'm sure, at the end of the event. We'll be back in a moment after some great action. Standing here with Jack O'Neill, the founder of O'Neill. And Jack, it must feel really great to be here on the point here at the O'Neill Pepsi Coldwater Classic with all these people.
Boy, this is great to have all the top surfers from around the world here. It feels really good. Surfing has been so good to us, and we like to put something back.
You know, when you first started surfing out here at Steamer Lane and you made the first wetsuit to try and keep you warm, did you ever think it had come to this?
We thought we were making custom wetsuits then, and we thought if it ever went to small, medium, and large, we might as well hang it up because the apparel industry would take over.
You know, today when you see these guys out here on these little boards, it must be just a great feeling, though, to see them and see also, you know, for the same reasons that you began making wetsuits and surfboards so that you go surfing, now these guys get to surf in contests and make a living.
Yeah, you know, these guys are doing things that we just never dreamed possible.
Well, it's great to have you here at the contest, Jack, and I'm sure you're really proud and real happy for the Santa Cruz community.
It's great to be here, PT. Thank you.
Who's your favorite surfer?
I don't know. We like the one in the pink neon wetsuit.
Have you ever heard of Wave Watch?
No.
Have you ever heard of The Tonight Show?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to be on that.
Okay.
Where are you guys from?
Santa Cruz.
You guys surf?
Yeah, of course.
Who do you think's going to win?
Potter.
Potter?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite surfer?
Potter.
You guys see Wave Watch at all?
All the time.
You like the show?
Yeah, of course. Rips.
Great.
Kind of TV shows there should be.
Who are those people on your shirt?
This is George Woolsey. This is Barton Lynch. This is Randy Nauert. This is Peter Townend. This is Mike Lambrisi. This is Martin Potter. And who's this one?
This is Doug Thorn from the Santa Cruz Surfing Club, and he's going to explain a little bit about the Surfing Museum and the project they're involved in here at the Coldwater Classic.
Well, about 2 years ago, we started the museum here. A number of local folks, the old Santa Cruz surfers, and some newer members from the Longboard Club and so on, obtained some materials that were surfing artifacts and so on, and started from the early days. And as one walks through the museum, one might see materials that go back 50 years up until the latest time.
You've got a couple of classic items in there that are like the first this or the first. What do you have in there that's especially unique?
Well, I think that one of the very unique things is a board that reportedly was written by Duke Kahanamoku, and of course we have one of our own Santa Cruzans here in Lloyd Reagan's picture is in there, and a number of the locals who were very outstanding surfers years ago.
So you're here selling T-shirts. What's the money from the T-shirts going for?
We're in the process of gaining funds, raising funds to construct this sculpture, which you see over here, this art piece, which will cost us about $35,000. We have selected artists. We had a contest and selected artists now, Curtis and Marsh, and in about a year from now we expect to have a dedication of this 18-foot art piece on the cliff here as dedicated to all past and present and future surfers.
All right, so were you a member of the Santa Cruz Surfing Club?
Yes, one of the originals. There was 11 of us that started it, and in 10 years I think we had a total of 27 from 1936 to 1946. We had about 27 members, and I owned the barn where most of them slept when they were here for the weekends, the ones from out of town, and we were selling these shirts to pay for this statue, and the statue will be 18 foot high, and it's it will be 7 foot from the bottom to the top of the base, and then it'll be 11 feet from the top of the base up to the top of the board. It'll be a full-size man on it. And this is running close to $40,000, and we have some donations like O'Neill and one of the hospitals in town, and several of the surfing clubs have donated enough money to get their names on the side of it. And there will be our old insignia on the side here. And we hope that when these shirts are done, we can go out of business and it'll be paid for.
So does everyone call you Buster?
Everybody around the beach calls me Buster, and my wife calls me Buster when she's mad at me.
Got a line on think about it every day, all through the night, all the way. I only want to hear you say.
Well, I'm standing here with Pat O'Neill at the Coldwater Classic, the O'Neill Pepsi Coldwater Classic. Pat, you must be pretty happy with all this, what happened today.
I'm definitely really happy. The swell did come up, and I think that the finals of it was just one of the best finals I've ever seen. What do you think yourself, Peter?
It was a fantastic performance by Martin Potter and Brad Gulak. Pat, how important is something like this to a company like O'Neill?
Well, it gives us the opportunity to put something back into the sport. I mean, surfing's been so great to us for so many years, and especially since we could hold in Santa Cruz, California, which is our hometown. We love it. We've lived here for years. It's been great to us, and it's really nice to work with the city and put something back into the city.
You know, you and I are from the same era, and we get in the water every now and again. How does it feel to watch guys out there today? You know, when you and I started, you were lucky if we got a free wetsuit or a pair of trunks, and now these guys earn hundreds of thousands. Do you feel real good about that?
Oh, I think it's great. Surfing's getting more like tennis or golf on the level of money. People can now support themselves, actually go surfing, and surfers really enjoy it. It's just like a golfer does. There's so much money in it now. I mean, I was talking to Jack, my father, this morning about it, and he just said, I was explaining how much we're going to have to pay some of these team riders, and he goes, we didn't even sell that many wetsuits in dollars in a year. So you can see where it's come. You know, in the last 20 years, it's just incredible.
Let me ask you one last thing. You still ripping?
Oh, I get in the water occasionally, but it's a little different. It was surfing 6 hours a day. Now it's working 16 hours a day. So,
well, I can testify. Yeah, I went surfing with you at Pleasure Point this year.
We did go once, didn't we? No, we still get out in the water once in a while, and it's good. Actually, I'm going to go down to Australia. I'm leaving Monday for the O'Neill contest down there, and I hear it's about 85 degrees and about 6 foot right now. So I think I'm going to go down there and pack my board with me, and I'm going to get in the water more than you, Peter.
We'll have to have a man-on-man heat somewhere down the line.
No problem, buddy.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lisa. And I'm Heather. We're here at the O'Neill Coldwater Classic in Santa Cruz. Watch, wave, watch. That was so dumb. You must erase that because that was so stupid. Hi, I'm Lisa. And I'm Heather. We're here at the O'Neill Coldwater Classic in Santa Cruz. But we'd rather be home watching Wave Watch.
Standing here with Kelly Woolsey from O'Neill. I notice you're sitting down so you don't embarrass me here, Kelly.
Sensitive to that kind of thing around you.
So you must feel pretty happy with the event here, the O'Neill Pepsi Coldwater Classic. It came off tremendous.
Yeah, Peter, we're ecstatic about it. I mean, this was something that was a dream for O'Neill for years. Last year it came off, and I think this year just we benefited by the fact that it's the second year and the way we promoted it, but we're really stoked. It's unreal.
How important was to the event to get somebody like Pepsi Cola involved?
I think it's not only important to the event, I think it's important to surfing to get companies with a reputation and an image like Pepsi. I think it lends a lot of credibility to us, and I think it's just going to really, really help surfing.
What do you think about the final? A fantastic final between Martin Potter and Brad Gulak. I know you had a favorite in Brad Gulak being on Team O'Neill, but what did you think of the final?
I thought it was awesome. I mean, Potts has been a friend for a long time. He's been with O'Neill, and Martin surfed unbelievably well. Brad did everything he could, but he just couldn't pull it off. And Potts was unreal. That was great.
I'm sure we'll be back bigger and better next year.
Yeah, we can't wait, Peter. You know it'll be bigger and better.
We'll be right back.
Well, he's the Cruz king on the boulevard, the cream of the crop. In his new low-rider Nissan with a canopy top. He's got the 20-inch speakers, a half dozen or so. He's got the Crown amplifiers, and he's ready to go. Drive that thing! Drive that thing! He's a fine young individual, I tell myself in vain. Though he lives only for the rhythm, I keep on in his brain. I might be drifting into sleep when I feel my world begin to shake. And it won't go away, 'cause it ain't no ordinary earthquake. It's just the sound of the kick drum that really rattles my walls. Well, if it's loud that you want, boy, they will lie to you more. Drive that beat! 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 Out of the primal ooze, we come, the new road warriors. Coming with the latest high-tech hardware, which is mounted in our vehicles, makes us immobile at the center, guaranteed to dirty your diapers. We are the gods of seismographic traffic. We got the 20-inch speakers, about 100 or more. We got the crowd.
Well, I'm standing here with the champion of the O'Neill Pepsi Cold Water Classic, Martin. Must feel unreal to kick off the season with a AA win.
It's unreal. It's you know how it feels to win a contest, and being the first one of the year, it sort of puts you in a good frame of mind and a good role. And I just hope I can keep my head in order and try and sort of pull out the same kind of performances I did here in the next one.
You know, I've been watching you surf for quite some time. You began your career when I was like ending my career, and a little criticism of you has always been that you just can't put it together in a whole season. But it looked to me today like I've never seen you be so on top of it and really have your mental game together. You've been working on that?
Well, I've been going around the world trying to make other people happy, trying to do what other people say I can do instead of making myself happy and do what I want to do. And finally, I've done what I want to do, and I surf the way I want to surf, and it's sort of all come together. And for all the variables to come together and win a contest, it's amazing, and I'm stoked.
I'd like to wish you luck this year in the World Championship because I think you'd make a fantastic world champion. So best of luck this year.
Thank you very much, Peter. Appreciate it. Thanks.
We'll be right back.
Good night. She's a teaser. She's good night. She's a teaser. She's she's a teaser. She's frustrated. She's a teaser. She's drove me wild all through the night. She held my hand, oh, so tight. She drove me wild all through the night. She held my hand, oh, so tight. She's a teaser. Yeah.
Okay, Martin, congratulations in Santa Cruz last week. Is this the first time that you've been rated #1 in the world?
Yeah, thanks, Mitch. Yeah, it's pretty exciting because I've always had such a bad start and left it really late at the end of the year to come back, and finally I've got the the right things together and sort of pulled it off in the beginning, which is pretty unusual for me.
So how does it feel to be rated #1 in the world right now?
Well, it's unreal, but there's a long way to go, as you know as well as I do. It's a long battle, and at the moment it's just sort of like I'm on the top of the pack and they're trying to knock me down, which is a different feeling. Whereas before I was always trying to knock the top guys down. So in that respect, it is a buzz. It's a good feeling, and once you know that you're on a roll, it's really hard to keep your head together and try and keep that ball rolling. So it's a different feeling, but I'm enjoying it at the moment. It's good.
Is this the first time you've ever been rated #1?
Well, I was rated #1 back in Japan a couple of years ago. I won the first event, and then after that I just lost it. I don't know what happened, but this is the third event and I'm still holding the lead with Barton. Barton just lost, so if I continue to do well, I'd sort of keep my first place over 3 events, which is amazing for me.
What kind of training do you do during the breaks? I know you and Tom Carroll do a lot of work together, or that's how the rumour has it.
Yeah, well, we were doing a lot of work together, but it's got to the point now where we're so competitive where it comes to our heats, we want to beat each other so badly that we decided to train separately, and we've got a personal trainer, Adam Watson. He's training Tom and myself, but we do it separately. And I just basically do a bit of swimming. I try and sort of put a lot of sort of emphasis on stretching and try and get my heart rate in the correct correct way and stuff, and it's a lot of different things. It's not what I used to do. I used to do bike riding, weights and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm doing more of stretching and using my own body weight to work out with, instead of using weights and stuff like that. And a lot of basic stretching and a lot of that kind of stuff where it sort of helps me out a lot more. It makes me concentrate a lot more. And I found that getting on the bike and riding, my mind tends to wander and it doesn't do me a hell of a lot of good. So I'm trying to sort of do things at the moment that is going to sort of keep my concentration level there and keep my mind on the job, which is good.
The kind of stuff that you can do on tour as well without having to hassle with finding a gym.
Well, you've got to go and find a gym and all that kind of stuff, a pool, and that's kind of hard, but just, it's sort of good to be able to do something that you can just wake up in the morning in your room and just do it, and it's sort of get your mind together and stuff. And that's been the hardest thing for me, is to focus on what I'm doing. There's always so many things happening, and it's really hard for me to focus, but slowly it's working out.
Great. Can you tell us about the equipment you're riding right now?
Well, I got a couple of new boards actually. I got two square tails. One's a 6-footer and one's a 6'2". They got little belly channels in the middle. One's got 4 and one's just got the 1 channel, so like a concave. And then I've got 2 pintails. One's a 6'2" and one's a 6'4". And the 6'2's are like a bonza bottom, but not as drastic. But it's sort of a bonza bottom, and the other one's a 4-channel belly channel. So they're pretty much basic surfboards. There's not no hang-ups involved, and they're really sort of dependable boards. I can just take and surf anywhere in the world, and they'll go pretty good.
So. How wide are they and thick?
19 inches wide and 2.5 inches thick. So. Sort of, I've been going a little bit longer lately with my boards, getting a little bit length instead of, because nowadays I think they're sort of emphasising more carving manoeuvres and holding your rail a lot more. So with a little bit of length there, it sort of it allows me to do that, which is good.
So do you travel the circuit with those 4 boards?
At the moment, well, so far this year, that's what I've been using. So they've been working pretty well. So no complaints.
So what's your favourite part of the tour?
I like France. I like Australia. I like Hawaii. I like pretty much everywhere. It's it's just one of those things. I've been doing it so long that I enjoy everywhere I go. I have a lot of friends in all the different places, and there's different things about different places that I like. So I sort of get off on all the places. They're pretty nice.
And who's your favourite surfer and why?
I'd say Tom would have to be, because he beats me so much. If I could beat him on a consistent basis, then I think I'd have conquered my last little barrier.
That's great.
Up until I met Tom, everything was going fine. And that last event, he just he taught me a bit of a lesson. So, it's sort of a personal barrier that I got to break within myself. It's not that my surfing's not there. It's just a mental block, and I think he's the only surfer that's really sort of in my way.
Yeah.
They all are, but it's just on your day. If you're on your day, that's it. But to surf against Tom, it's pretty hard, and sort of. He takes a lot away from you before you even hit the water. Sort of mentally you're going on. I got Tom, and instead of just thinking about your heat and doing it. And I've had a lot of problems with that, but I'm working.
Yeah, I used to be like that with Shane Horan. So tell us, Martin, you've been so close to winning the world title many a time, and a lot of people consider you to be the best surfer in the world. Do you think this year is going to be your year, and can you do it?
Well, I don't know. Like every year I go on the tour, I go to win the world title, but this year seems a little different. It seems like I've got a little bit more of a head on my shoulders. My surfing is coming together like I wanted to. Everything's going really nice at the moment. So I don't think the last thing I want to really say is I'm going to win the world title. I want to take every heat as it comes, and that's what I've been doing, so I want to just try and work with that. And I think it's by the end of the year we'll probably know what's going to happen. So that last contest is a 5A, and I mean you could come from 7th place and win the world title. So that's how much up in the air it is. And right now I just want to sort of focus on what's happening at hand and just take it from there.
Well, good luck, Martin, in the rest of this tournament, and good luck this year.
Thanks, Mitch.
Well, that's been it for another Wave Watch. I hope you enjoyed the show. Write us a letter and let us know what you think. That's been it. We'll see you soon. Wave Watch, made possible in part by Ocean Pacific.